ALC crew, welcome to week 12, 2021, and our last week before spring break. Here's what's going on this week. Your journals, the book talk, and this week's to-do. First, your journals. Maya J. wrote, I read the book The Voting Booth over the past few weeks. It changed the way I thought about voting. It made me realize how important voting is and how minority groups should really take it seriously. In reality, minority groups think that their voices aren't heard and don't vote. I think minority groups should really try to vote about the issues that are important to them. To get social justice for everyone should vote and take political issues seriously if they want change. Gabriella A. wrote, there are different ways and things that can help spread awareness to bring a change when we are in desperate need of change. These changes can be beneficial to society as a whole. The novel Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson is based on a true story, unfortunately. Why does this book matter, you may ask? It matters because it brings awareness to mass incarceration and extreme punishment within America, and it uses real-life experiences to connect. This novel also allows society to understand and feel more empathy towards injustice within the justice system. It also gives a perspective of individual experiences and thoughts throughout the novel. There has always been injustice in America, and there continues to be up until this day. Last year was a traumatic year where many lives were taken away just because of the color of one's skin, and not all redeemed justice. Therefore, this book does reflect how the world is, and this happens to many individuals and groups as well. Malik A. wrote, the book I just finished is called Love from A to Z. It covers an extremely important issue that is still going on in our world, that being racism. It has changed my thinking by putting me in someone else's shoes, someone who faces discrimination and racism regularly. This book caught my attention because the same things that are happening in this book are unfortunately happening in our world today. The story's main goal is to try and tackle racism in a unique way by letting two people who are being discriminated against meet up and talk about their similar experience. Their goal was to try to bring awareness to racism and discrimination in hopes of ending it worldwide. Christian S. wrote, my book, Long Way Down, by Jason Reynolds, has indeed changed my thinking in some way. I realize that most people struggle and have to make decisions every day that could have strong effects on your own life and others. I also came to realize the violent cycles that keep on occurring every day. This did not accurately reflect a reality of my lived experience in this world because I luckily never personally experienced cycles of violence to such an extreme that Will does in Long Way Down. It challenges injustice because Will is battling whether or not he should avenge his brother's death or not. He goes down this path and he learns new things about what really happened with his brother every day from new people. Joey K. wrote, becoming Kareem has changed my thinking in a huge way. Before, I would never understand why he would change his name. I also have a better understanding of how it was as a minority in the 50s and 60s. Outside of social justice, Kareem talks about pursuing your dreams despite what other people think or want. If you pursue what you want, then do just that. This book reflects a reality in which I live in. I may not experience some of the things Kareem has experienced firsthand, but I'm willing to learn about and help in any way I can about what did and does happen to so many people. Tasia T. wrote, my interviewee, Selma, read the book Being Jazz, My Life as a Transgender Teen. This book is about a teen named Jazz. Selma stated she deals with situations that are unfair, all beginning from a young age. Jazz, like any other kid, wants to feel included, and sadly she gets left out of many things throughout her life because people find out she is transgender. I find that this connects to my book, Punching the Air, because while in jail, Amal is seen as different. He doesn't make that many friends, and people either bully him or hate him, just like Jazz. When I asked Selma what she would remember from her book 10 years from now, she stated, I will most remember to be accepting and welcoming of everyone and anyone. Make everyone feel included and never leave someone out of anything. Being kind to everyone, no matter their race, religion, ethnicity, and gender, is one of the most important and beneficial ways to make this country more unified. Selma B. wrote, the first classmate I interviewed was Tasia, and she is reading Punching the Air. Tasia says that her book reflects the theme of social justice by making the storyline about an African-American kid who gets sent to jail for something he didn't necessarily do. He uses his art and poetry to try and help his emotions. This relates to real-world problems we have like mass incarceration of African Americans and African Americans being accused of crimes and being seen as the bad person. This reminds me of my book because Jazz expresses her emotions a lot and also used art to put out the things she was thinking of. When I asked Tasia what she will remember about this book 10 years from now, she said, I will remember that art is one of the greatest forms of self-expression. It can be used to impact lives in such a positive and excellent way. I think that is something great to remember, especially since we see art all over buildings nowadays. Thank you for your insights and the connections you made. Now we'll move into the final project for our social justice student choice reading unit, the book talk. This week, we'll create an impactful multimedia presentation that showcases our book for prospective readers. Format options, 2 choices. 1, the video book talk. Here you'll create a 1 to 2 minute video presentation featuring you speaking about your book. 2, the audio book talk. Here you'll produce a 1 to 2 minute audio presentation in which you'll use your voice to showcase your book. Phase 1, writing. This is where we will develop the content for our book talk. This is what you're going to write and say. It's important to generate a detailed script for our book talk so that we can communicate our message with completeness and clarity. Remember that you don't have to read your script word for word. Use your script as a guide for your on-screen delivery. Your script should contain the following. 1, hook. Get your audience's attention. You can do this by adding a thoughtful question, introducing the main character, sharing a brief anecdote, setting the scene, or reading a striking passage from your book. 2, title and author. Make sure to state the title of your book and its author. 3, synopsis. In the space of a few sentences, tell the reader what your book is about. Who are the main characters? What is the setting? What is the central social justice struggle? How does this relate to our world today? But whatever you do, don't give away the ending. 4, passage. Share your favorite passage from the book, a quote. The aim here is to immerse your reader in the world of your story and the voice of its author. And 5, final thoughts. Leave your reader with a final thought about your book. How did you feel about the book? Would you recommend it to others? What rating would you give it? Why? Phase 2, production. Take a deep breath and have fun with this part. This is where you'll perform your book talk. Use your script as a guide as you record yourself talking about your book. I recommend using your mobile device camera or voice recorder for this part of the process. Remember to smile, be conversational, and connect with your audience. Phase 3, post-production. Here is where we'll apply necessary edits to make our book talk presentation smooth and engaging. Although it may seem like a lot of work to have to post-process your video or audio, it'll actually save you time in the end, because getting it all right in one take is very difficult. For example, these class videos I make contain tons of mistakes and mishaps that I edit out in order to keep it flowing smoothly. You'll notice how I make the jump cuts visible in order to signal to the viewer that I have edited this. What editing app should I use? Adobe Rush is a good choice. It's free, capable, and user-friendly. I've linked a brief tutorial in the assignment, but there are many apps to choose from. You are at liberty to choose whichever editing program you like. So, what do we have to do? 1, the book talk. This will be due on Friday, March 26th by 11:59 p.m. That's it for this one, ALC crew. We'll have a chance to share our book talks during the week when we return from spring break. We'll see you in virtual class. In the meantime, stay safe, stay focused, and stay connected.